Hello, survivors. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having a good day, feeling good. Yo, feels good, sounds good. We're going to get into the info on a new event today. It's another mini event for the St. Patrick's Day event. Also, I think the first one is a couple of days away from ending. You can still complete the roadmap, just have to do the stages. Pretty simple. Who have we got in chat? We've got Lord Bradley, Man on the Moon, Bretland, top 3 of the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Seren, Cygnus, JRS. I hope you're all having a good day, guys. I do hope you're all having a good day. Okay, we've got some wild energy to spend as well. And we need to do some arena battles. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Just popped in to say hi and leave a like. No worries, Cygnus. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Where do we use the Horde tokens? I believe the Horde tokens, are you talking about from this roadmap? This one. Is there tokens in this roadmap? No, there's not tokens in this roadmap. They said there's going to be like a stash coming up, but I'm pretty sure you're talking about the Horde tokens for here, right? These ones. No, that's fire tokens. I think it's a future stash. They said a stash is going to come in the future, and the tokens we get in this event we can use on the stash in the later half of the stash, in the later half of the event. Sorry. What's it called? They just called it Leprechaun. Okay. Okay. Tokens from the roadmap. Is it the second roadmap that gives them these ones? You have to complete the first roadmap to get the second roadmap, I'm guessing. It's my Saturday. Hooray! I haven't done any of the roadmap or anything so far. I did have a team that can do this, apparently. Let's go. Let's do ×3. But yeah, there's a stash opening up in the second half of the main event. That's where you can use your Horde tokens. And I'm assuming it's like going to be 1 token per pool. Probably a 100 pool stash. Hopefully one day they actually start doing better stashes, but we'll, you know, have to wait and see. The old stashes were so much nicer. The whole like complete one, second one, get a couple of pools of free to play, but it's actually more of a spender stash. It was so nice. It was so nice. The full-on RNG stashes are not fun. No fun. No fun. We'll do one act here. Did they change the requirements for the roadmap? Didn't it originally need lone wolves? Was that this roadmap? Does it still exist? Is it Act 2 or is it Act 1? I thought it was Act 1. Good to see that change. If it has changed. I'll check the second roadmap just in case. Okay, I think it changed. I'm pretty sure the first one was Lone Wolves. Right? Was that this event? That's a good thing in my opinion. What's up, Jimmy? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a good day. How's your week's been, guys? Just plodding along with RTS stuff. I think there's a raid tournament on right now. I never know there's raid tournaments on because they never like advertise the fact that there's a raid tournament on. You only know that there's a raid tournament on in the like last 5 hours of the raid tournament. It's kind of weird like that. Because the icon for the raid is also the icon for arena, and it always shows arena. The first stage was for lone wolves. Nice. What's up, Terry? Welcome to the stream. That's good that it's changed then. It's good. That was complained about everywhere that I saw. PC chat, NBC chat. You know, a lot of people said that it shouldn't be lone wolves, and they changed it. It's good. I mean, I think you can use faction supporter, but there genuinely might be factions that only have a couple of people with a Lone Wolves character. Hey, what's up, Daylight? Welcome to the stream. Okay, Act 1 is going to be done, and we'll just leave it here for a moment. Check out some other stuff. Oh, we're gonna get blown up by somebody, aren't we?
Feels good.
No, we're good.
Sounds good.
Member for 13 months. Look at that. Look at that. Well on his way to the next badge. Thank you very much, Daylight. I appreciate that. Get some extra diamonds. Okay. What about this event? Have you been keeping up with this? I have not been keeping up with this massively. It's been kind of nice not to have to play this event. Not a great event, in my opinion. So I've been very happy to just completely dodge it, if I'm completely honest with you. Don't even remember making this team. Like, it's just a tough team. Do you guys have that way? Like, where did this team come from? I mean, I guess I made this just to complete the road maps. I'm not really sure why Lee's there, but you know. The sky is pretty up. It's also forwards and backwards. It's on all the horizons. Left, right. It's everywhere. Okay. Medal's done. Okay. Round, round. Yep, round and round. Okay, I think my stuff probably reset here. We'll see. Yeah. Or maybe not, actually. It looks like I only reset on one. Just happy it's not down. Are we worried? I mean, theoretically it is. It's just there's a planet in the way. That's all. There's a planet in the way. That's weird, isn't it? Tier 6. Only 3 reset. I don't remember doing them a different time. Okay, after doing FA, I'll just check out this new event. We'll see what the Happy Haps is. What do you think of Kenny? I think he's good. I think he's good. Kenny's have always been good, really. Kenny's have always been good. I think it's the first defensive one that I can really remember. A lot of, like, majority of them were attack team. It's the first defense team one I can truly remember. It was the attack buff one in the S class. Crit lead in 5-star. I can't remember if there was a 6-star. But yeah. I think it's the first defensive Kenny. Very powerful for sure. OP. I think he is pretty, like, he safeguards against his own weakness. That's why he's very powerful. You know, normalize is a problem for him, but he has normalized resistance. So yeah. And then decap's a problem for him, but he can't be decapped unless he is normalized. I think it's less about the fact that he's powerful, which he is, and more about the fact that he's going to be in a team with 3-4 other characters, you know, that are good. Not the leaders aren't generally always that good, but he's going to be in a team with a lot of other characters that are also good. Okay, we'll just hit auto here. I might just try and change this team because those characters are doing no damage anymore. Is there a decap in this team? Or crosshairs? Does anyone know? Atlanta. I can't remember if there is. Kenny is mainly broken on Telltale team. All the boss working together. Yeah, it's about his teammates a lot of the time. I wish I pulled for Clem. I don't have a Telltale lead. Did you get the one from the event? There was an event with Clem in it. The issue is they don't really do reruns that often, you know? If they were smart, they would rerun a lot of the Telltale characters with Kenny. You know? I'm not sure if Kenny's got one of those really long wheels. Some of these characters have had 4-week wheels recently. And welcome to the stream, Robert. Welcome in. We talk about Kenny. Yeah, someone asked about Kenny, and yeah, I was just giving some info. Even I have a Clem at this point. Did you get her from the event? There was an event where they did give away a copy, I think. She was okay to get one copy of just for the lead skill, maybe. Leaders can be like that. What else is in Clem's kit? Days. Her days isn't too bad. We'll just get to 4 million and flee. We're going to have to figure out a different team for that because it's taking ages. Oof. Just not enough damage. I have to... Oh no, wait, we've got crosshairs, so it's all good. So good. He good, not feeling OP levels yet. I mean, he didn't have an attached weapon, and that's generally what can really break characters. But I'm pretty sure there's probably some $200 weapon out there or coming in the future that's going to be make him crazy. You know? That's kind of how it goes. We could just auto. Get off this. The decaps make this much nicer. I should maybe have ransack somewhere, but I can't be bothered. Oh, we're in trouble maybe now. We might not be able to get the points. Oh no, wait, we will. He can. I've got an extension weapon in his hands as well, actually. We good. I wish it would just basic attack though. There you go. I'd win so much quicker if they did that. Okay, let me just check out Atlanta. Here. Yeah, I know. I know. Is there someone with a decap here? Or crosshairs? I don't think there is. I mean, we've got Thomas Richards. That's pretty much it, right? I don't think any of these other guys have anything. I mean, I could theoretically try and bring him in. Theoretically. And then the pistol weapon we could bring in here could be like a defense bonus one or something. How much HP do they have? On here they've probably not got crazy high. 35k. He scratches them with his SIG, but his ult does a little bit more damage, I think. And I think his ult is AoE. So I just have to focus on the boss, and he should just AoE down the ads, right? They're getting killed by other stuff. It doesn't even scratch them. What is it? This is base damage or his attack in main damage. It's kind of whatever. I know some tunes visuals are so cool, but then they end up being trash. I guess some tunes are made more for other parts of the game. Yeah, I mean, most characters are built for something now, generally speaking. I mean, your monthly free-to-play character is just a generic character that isn't very good at all. Generally. Every 6 months, I think, every 5 to 6 months, we get a good one. We had Omid before, and now we've got Sandra. They're both actually, like, good. Unfortunately, they're both defense team characters, exactly what we don't need. They could, I think they could just do a carbon copy of an advanced and ultra attack character and just make everything slightly worse, like 50% less damage, like 1k base attack down, you know? Like less, should I say, not attack down. So basically, like, objectively, it's like 10 to 15% less damage overall. So free-to-play still get like a decent character. They kind of tried to do that, it seemed, with Mirabelle. She is a little bit, to a certain extent, like Eva and Ghost. She gets damage based off of negative effects and so on and so forth. So it seemed like they tried, but yeah, it didn't really Didn't really get it off. Okay, we'll eventually win. What's your perfect winning team lineup? What, on attack? I mean, it would change every like month or two, just because characters come out to counter the characters that are good. It's just how the game always is. If you mean in terms of like just rough character balance, I like to have a max of 2 really solid damage dealers, and I like to have one character that I can rely on for control, and another character that's more of a support style character. That can be things like revives, attack ups, like commands, you know. And then the leader is just kind of the RNG factor. The leader can cover one of those other bases, but it can't cover them very well sometimes. Like, a leader can't be a good damage dealer. Like, not a top tier one. Because to be a top tier damage dealer, you need a specialist skill. Most of the time, anyway. But a leader can be a really good controller. Like, the trader is still one of the, if not the best controller in the game, which is just kind of crazy that he's like 2.5 years old or something now. So that's like how I kind of like to build teams for like consistency. The blitz teams where it's just like 4 or 5 attack characters and just hoping for the best. And yeah, I mean, I see some of these teams and I'm just like, I mean, one outlast character, that team's in trouble, you know. You're just gonna be sent in a loop constantly, or you're relying like 100% on Eva and Ghost to actually like hit normalize every single time she attacks and not be controlled herself, you know. Okay, we're done here. We done. See, look, I don't know that a raid tournament's going on until I actually click this button. Same old, same old. So I'll only know there's a raid tournament going on when this 20-hour thing resets. So for the last 8 hours or so of raid, I'll know there's a raid tournament, because it's the only time it'll show me there's a raid tournament. I think I've dropped my team here. Where's my defense? Yeah. So fingers crossed. It's not going to be nice to me. I'm just going to get rid of my natural energy. Hello, game. Nice to see you. Give me some drop teams. There we go. I dropped my team. I just want to get points in raid. I don't care about anything else. City game. Lovely. Can you get them to refund my time from World Champions 6? Shiva is just useless. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing, right? She's an avatar. Her numbers just don't add up. She's not hitting for 400%. For sure. Like, I tested her out with someone who hits for 700%, and the person who hits for 700% is legit hitting for like 20 times harder, and she doesn't, and she's only meant to hit twice as hard. So it's just kind of like, excuse me. Is Lethal Lydia good on a attack team? Yeah, Lethal Lydia is really good. Just got to be aware that her signature move and her rush deal different types of damage. Damn. Oh, I'm not gonna burn a count for this, but they deal different types of damage. So her rush deals damage, and her signature move deals attack damage. So only her signature move can proc her weapon for the 100% counter damage reduction. Her rush cannot. So you rely on a leader skill like Maggie for that. Oh, look at that. We had loads of drop teams in a row. But yeah, you'll rely on a leader skill for that instead. The Kenny backlash has been a lot quieter than I expected. What do you mean backlash? You mean because of a strong character? I think that's a bad sign, honestly. Because there are less, I think there are less free-to-play players now than ever. So there are a lot more people who are fine with wailing out on this kind of stuff. You know? And they want, there are some people who would want an advantage. Even if it's game-breaking, they prefer to have a game-breaking character because they know they've got it. OP defense character for the photo. It could be also that people are just so used to it now. It's just one of those things. Do you think it would be a good move to bring in a specialist skill that affects passive skills somehow? It'd be very hard. Like, I'm not so sure about it. It's a mixed bag, isn't it? Like, you're thinking about potentially like affecting the passives of someone on a defense team, but it also potentially make attacking even harder than it already is for a lot of people. So, personally, I'd like to see more better attacking specialist skills, because if I was to make a tier list of like specialist skills, which I'm actually thinking about doing, the majority of the best ones are defensive. If not like the top 10 are probably defensive. Maybe there's one in attack, and that was most likely going to be like decap, but decap's nowhere near as good as it used to be. Decap used to be like proper top tier. Now it's barely medium. You know, I would probably class it as like B tier at this point, because like there's so many characters and honestly teams that just can't be decapped. It's just kind of like is average, in my opinion anyway. Like if a character comes out of decap now, I'm not just instantly going, yeah, this is great. Like when Mercer came out, I saw a lot of people hyping it up because of the fact that it was a decap, and I was just kind of thinking like, this isn't that big a deal. Honestly, you're not going to be able to decap like most of the more powerful characters out there. No worries, Lord Bradley. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a good day. Clemens good for her lead. The Halo for Telltale and Days damage dealers. Yeah. That's her main things. I think she can do a decent hit on like a Sig or a Rush. I can't remember. I have her on my team with plus 200% attack. 200% or 200. Like, she might work well with what's her name? Ellen lead. Maybe. Because Ellen lead gives quite a lot of damage. What about follow-up specialist? Follow-up's pretty good, but it's not consistent. It doesn't actually work every time now. I think it's bugged. Like, I've had it plenty of times where Forsaken Michonne hasn't got her rush off to killing somebody. And she's meant to. She gets a second turn, just hasn't got her rush. So it's a little bit buggy. But like I said, there just isn't that many that are like great. You know? Whereas there are a lot on defense teams that are very effective. Basically, defense team specialist skills stop meta attack team abilities, whereas attack team specialist skills don't stop anything on defense teams, except maybe Normalizer. And Normalizer is arguably like very hit and miss on how good it is. You know, you're relying a lot on actually hitting the crit. In Eva and Ghost Hands, that's fine. Her base weapon does 100% crit, so it's okay. But then there's like resists. She can still get hit by a resist. Like Telltale Team, 10% chance. It's not great. And then obviously now Kenny. Just be happy that the normalize resist from Kenny's specialist from his passive and the leader skill of Clementine don't stack. Otherwise you'd have 100% resist. Do it. It is definitely on the cards. Would you recommend either Circuit or Laura? You can get one copy of Laura and be fine. Like even just one copy of Laura is really good. I've got a video on my channel about Laura and how good she is when it comes to one copy of her. Same with Akira. You can get away with one copy and still have a good character. Whereas someone like Circuit, you generally have to have like probably like Limit Break 2, Limit Break 3. Great character though. Buffs other strong characters. Most people will have her in one of their defenses just because of that buff. 200% and she gives enemies a soft tap. That's what I mean. There's something off with her, right? Like, she seems almost like she's got fake damage numbers. We could test it out, honestly. I'll look at this new event and then we'll test it out, see if we can get something going there. Just in terms of it working properly versus someone else with a similar attack. Okay. Anyone thought about the specialist for Easter Brutus? Been pondering on Locke's hint from the video. I'm going to be doing a teaser video on the specialist this weekend. Like, just going to be actually showing it and showing how it works and stuff like that. So you got a little bit of time to ponder about it, but a little bit more time, not much more time, but a little bit more time. Okay, let's check out this blog post. Lost Plunder it's called. Okay. Game breaking attack tune. Got some bad news for you. Okay. Someone forgot. Yeah, I think that someone's forgot a zero a bunch of times on like multiple characters. Raven's Adrenaline Rush didn't hit anywhere near as hard as it should have. The Governor, this new Philip Blake, he has a proper spaghetti like gun. I don't know what it is. Does not hit very hard at all. And obviously the Shiva, unfortunately. Anyway, we'll check out this event. It's called Lost Plunder, and it's called the Fortune Hoarder Stash. This is where you can get the spend the Hoard tokens. And it says, collect treasure maps from the login calendar, level up Survival Road and raid tournaments. Use the treasure maps as energy in the roadmap to get rewarded with leprechaun hats. Players who complete the main roadmap can also participate in the bonus roadmap to get more leprechaun hats, gear medals, and gold mythic fighter choice boxes, gold mythic tokens, and much more. Completing the main roadmap and the bonus roadmap will also reward players with Hoard tokens, which will need to be used to pull on the Fortune Hoarder stash. That's the ones you can get already. There's going to be extra ones you can get here. 1 Hoard token equals 1 pull on the Fortune Hoarder stash. We'll see if it's going to show the rewards on that stash here. Event times as follows. It starts today, 7th of March at 5 PM Pacific time. So in around about, what, 4 hours or something like that. And it ends on the 17th. So it lasts for 10 days. And here's the login calendar. And it's pretty much a standard login calendar, which we've been seeing when it comes to like one part of the rewards. And then the second half of the rewards is like the main event thing. You can get 300 treasure maps. That's the main one we're going to keep an eye on. 300 there. The event will consist of 2 level up tournaments, a faction level up, and a solo. You'll get 400 treasure maps from there. 700 total so far. It will have 1 solo SR as well, and you'll be able to get 100 from that. So that's 900. And then there will be a raid tournament where you can get 1,000 total. This seems a little bit more cutthroat than the previous ones. I might have to just press control here one second. Can you see this all right? There you go. So as a roadmap, first requirements are having Wolfman Dwight. And you are going to get 2 Hoard tokens for completion of this. Also some extra treasure map energy. Next one's going to be requiring a Bloody Richards. And the next one's going to be Krampus Carol. And the next one, again, Wolfman Dwight. This time is going to be grade 4 before it's any grades. And then it's probably going to be Richard again. Then Krampus Carol. All these are grade 4 and above. And then now it's probably going to... Oh, that's it. Total is going to be 18,000 Leprechaun hats for this, 20 Hoard tokens, and 500 treasure maps as a bonus reward. And then the second roadmap starts, and you just need LB3 characters. The energy cost is going to be 40 per stage. And there's 6 stages, and you're going to be able to get yourself extra Hoard tokens and some Gold Mythic tokens. I didn't see where the choice box is here. Let me see. Is it at the end of the second reward? Oh no, it says it there. Gear medals, Gold Mythic Fighters choice box, so you can get 2 Gold Mythic Fighter choice boxes. Okay. And you also get an extra 15 Hoard tokens here. The first roadmap gets you 20 Hoard tokens. So you'll be able to get 35 Hoard tokens from this event. Then there's the stash. I'm guessing there's going to be at least 100 pulls in here. Probably more actually, because there's less than 1% for some stuff. So it could even be up to like 200. Dwight, Richards, Princess, Mirabelle, Carol are in here. 1 copy of each. Hina's Glock is in here. And then that's pretty much it for the like standout rewards. Then we had the 4-leaf clovers towards the actual event. They're still using 1,000 TWD gold medals as the reward. They haven't learnt, you know, that's so little. You need 60,000, I think it is, for one of the crates. So I think this should be closer to 5k, but it is what it is. 4 veteran rings. I don't need veteran rings, so for me this is terrible. I think veteran rings as a choice reward is absolutely fine, but I think you can't realistically put veteran rings as effectively a guaranteed reward, which is what this is. That's bad, because all you can do with veteran rings is just change it to a currency to get food. And honestly, I've got 50,000 veteran rings already, and I've already like sold 50,000. Like personally, I don't need veteran rings at all. Random Paragon attack mod, random Paragon HP mod, random Paragon defense mod, and random Paragon crit mods. Some energy refills, blow torches, gear medal chance bags, Bernadette chance bags, Madeline Medics chance bags. Some plat mods, choice silvers, random silvers, super glue, Benny's, Basil's, Brady's, Bert's, Lily's, and Ulysses choice box. Lots of trainers. So it looks around about less than 200. It's maybe about 150. Maybe about 100. It could actually just be 100, but some stuff is weighted. I don't like weighted stashes. Never have. 1% per thing is fine. 2% per thing is fine. Players who complete the stash will also be rewarded with a weapon choice box of the following: Job's Dastardly Dagger or Oceanside Sadiq's Assault Rifle, your choice. The character choice box, they haven't shown it. They haven't shown who the character is in the choice box. Is it the character that's in the current event? No idea who the characters are. No idea. Was it Laura? Is that who was in the current one? I think Laura was in the current one. No info on that. But pretty much the standard event now. We're seeing this a lot, this style of event. I have all the tunes. Yeah, same. Actually, I'm not sure if I do. I might still need one copy of Richard's. I'll double check. Trash stash. Yeah, the stashes aren't very good. They're not well made, and also the rewards aren't that great inside either. Like, I don't know what's making someone spend on that except for the weapon, but then the weapon they probably already got. So yeah, it's pretty lame. The same sort of event, same sort of thing we said. Yeah, like the Tiffany stash. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much 8 PM EST. Yeah, around that, something like that. Look, you sound so pissed off having to pretty much read the same event over and over again. It isn't that it's the same event over and over again. It's also just not a very good event. And I also do pass on this information that the event isn't very well designed and it could just have a couple of tweaks and nothing changes. And it's not like I did pass that information on like last week, like in the last 6 months. So they definitely could do stuff. It's just that they want it to be designed like this, which is what everyone has been saying is not very fun. But, you know. On an attack team, does having camouflage on all teammates for 2 turns help against the counter damage like Vengeance and Payback? Yeah, it does. It does. Check out my video on Sophia. I did a guide on Sophia and I show how her camouflage counter damage works. I find this funny. Telltale Attack is one of the best for PvE, while Telltale Defense is one of the best for PvP. Just noticed. It's just the way it's gone. It's just the way it's gone. So that's the event. It's kind of like same old, same old. I wish they'd go back to just your participation in the actual tournaments was enough, you know? Like, this was the thing, and then that's the other thing you're gaining is also to gain something else. Because it's like 3 layers right now. It's horrible. So badly designed. I have to get the cigars off the roadmap to run this, you know, to get these leprechaun hats, to get, what's the other thing that I have to get? To get the clovers. It's 3 levels. 2 levels is rough, but 3, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Three. Just a bit too convoluted, you know. It's worse when you do gain a particular resource and that's only 50% of the event. Yeah. I don't understand the weapon for this event. Isn't it the one that has 15/15 on HP defense? I think the weapon's actually pretty good. It's actually like worth not picking up all of Sandra to get the weapon because they never ever ever like let you get the weapon again as a guarantee. The character can still be good at LB2, you know, on a defense team, especially defense team characters. You're much more, it's much easier to sacrifice 1 copy of a defense team character than an attack team character, just because you don't see it, you know. Out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. And the weapon will be useful straight away. Like, weapons are generally better than characters. This is why free-to-play don't get weapons. And this is why the gap is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because they keep selling these $200 weapons that they just so easy, 60% chance to do something that free-to-play would just, it would make free-to-play actually have a chance of something. Also, not fully RTS, and I know Shucks is probably busy, but He didn't get back to me about what we talked about 2 days ago. I mean, just message him and just say, is this still likely to happen? It may not. It may not be. I don't know how he left it off with you. I have messaged him since, but yeah. He probably won't message you back today though, as it's quite late. Okay, we're going to do some tests for Shiva after this. I've done this before, but I actually want to test it really properly and go through all the characters in the game quickly and just try and figure out someone who has exactly the same attack stat as her and just test their damage to get against each other. I've heard this big update mentioned a few times. What's that supposed to be? Or just speculation? I mean, there's meant to be an update coming to RTS. I think we'll get some information probably in March sometime. I think it's a little bit behind. They said it will maybe come out in February, so they're a bit behind. I'll probably do a video on it this weekend, just talking about the fact that there is an update coming. But it's pretty much all just speculation at this point, you know. I wouldn't have too high hopes on it though, if I'm honest. Just, it's most likely not going to be anything like super fun. Most likely, it's most likely going to be like a new avenue to spend money, which is kind of expected, you know. Like Awakening on paper was decent, and they absolutely destroyed that with how they built it. The design of the roadmaps, the monetization of it was over the top. I mean, they still haven't released those tokens free to play yet. Since those Awakenings happened, and those characters are 100% average. Except maybe like one or two that are half decent. Most of them are bang average. New legendary tokens plus will. I actually recommended that they make a new will, because they've got a massive pool of characters that they don't release. And I'm not talking about ultra advanced characters. I'm talking about just other characters that they're not re-releasing in any way, shape or form. So they could at least put those characters on a wheel, because they don't want to update the Gold Mythic wheel. It's like whatever. Don't upgrade the Gold Mythic wheel then. But yeah. I've just noticed this team's actually horrible. Try and kill him. Oh, okay. I don't know how he's surviving this, but you know. Okay, at least I taunt these three. Bleed! Although they didn't bleed. Okay, I'll leave it there. Okay, who's got the same damage output as Shiva? First we'll look at Shiva. I think I have her maxed out. That's how sad I am about her. She's not in here. Why did I miss her? She was tough, right? She's actually not in here. She's not in the tower. Is Eris in the tower? Eris is in the tower. That's so weird that Shiva isn't in the tower. Unless I'm blind. I mean, it's kind of hard to miss a tiger. Right? Yeah, she's not in here. Unless she wasn't tough and I'm remembering wrong. No, she was tough. They just forgot to put her in there. Okay. So we'll have to look at her here. I'm pretty sure I maxed her. Yeah, she's 440. So we're going no mods. And she's got 44,095 attacks. She's got really good attack stat. This would make no sense that she doesn't hit very hard at all. Okay, she's got 44k. Let's try and go with a tough character. It makes it easier. We'll also go damage roll because we have to get the extra 20%. So let's go with someone like this. Damn it. That's not going to work. That ain't going to work. Tough. Damages. She's not going to have 44k. She's got 40 with buffs. 42. Ideally, we want someone who's not. I mean, he's got exactly her attack stat, but he hasn't because he's getting something from somewhere. He's getting something from one of his passives. Maybe Lydia actually. Actually, can't I just like order by attack and just look at the characters near her? Lydia. 43212. 44095. Okay. We'll go Lydia and Shiva test, okay? That'll be the test. Just to see. We'll try and give them exactly the same stuff in their stuffs. Where am I? Okay, we'll put just that defense team up. Nothing too crazy. And then we'll switch out this team. And then we'll just use him as a lead. Okay. So what do we need in their weapons? We'll just try and give them more basic weapons. Just to make it so that we don't get any like crazy multipliers come in. And the way to do this would be to just go with a really low tier weapon. And give it to them. Should we give them a non-attack based weapon? How about that? We're not even messing with their attack. So we'll do a critical 4-star weapon. We need a tough one and an alert one. So here's an alert one. And we need a tough one. Should we go for Douglas? Oh no, he gets bonus crit. That's only bonus crit chance. Whatever. We'll go with this one. Okay, so now they're just going to get an extra bit of crit chance. Nothing too crazy. And we can just... Now what should happen is Shiva should hit slightly harder. Slightly. Than... than Lydia. Okay, so you can see the damage. 1k difference. Should we give him a 1535? Just to increase the damage a little bit. Actually, we'll do the improved 1535. Does that widen the gap? It actually does. That's a better test then. Surely Shiva should be consistently doing more damage now. Surely. So we'll do some tests. We'll hit... Should we hit Negan every time? We'll hit Negan every time. Okay, we have to hit. We have to hit him every time. Game is broken. I mean, there's a lot of things in the games that are buggy right now. If you saw my war stream from the weekend, it was messed up. But like about an hour in, I was like, oh my god, we might have my first ever, you know, attack with no bug, and it's still bugged. Okay, we're gonna hit Mike consistently. So hit him for 2k crit, right? 2k crit. He has. Maybe I'll do a different team because we don't want any RNG. Like Gray's RNG. Gray's RNG. Let's try and find a team where we also need to hit a fast character, right? Yeah, I think we also need to hit a fast character or a tough character. That way, there's no trait damage. I don't think either of them have... They don't get bonuses against any trait, right? When they're killing an enemy, before attacking, the target gets minus 60% for defense for 2 turns. Okay, Lydia's going to be problematic. I'm going to have to use... let's see the test. This is how tests go. Let me just make a defense team. Probably better. Let me make a team here. We need Ezekiel so that there's 100% defense down block. And then we need a fast character that's hittable with no kind of BS. We could just go with Raulito maybe. Maybe someone who's got a little bit better on the old stats. I think he has any randomness. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So we'll consistently hit him. And now we won't be able to do defense down with Lydia's basic. Okay, 1.6k on a basic attack. We'll do 5, right? And his average should be higher than Lydia, 1.8k. So it's been 1.69. So let's say 1.65 to 1.8 so far. And this is on crits only. See, look at that. That was a non-crit, and it hit for harder. He hasn't got grace. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense at all? Could crit be broken? I mean, there's potential. It could just be on this one character. Critical, 1.6k. No mods on my Shiva, by the way, right? I don't think there's any on Lydia. There isn't on Lydia either. So you can see I'm critting for 1.6 to 1.9, but when I don't crit, I hit for 5k. Weird, right? Tyrese is a tank. All that does is it reduces the chance to crit. It doesn't reduce damage taken from crits. You know? Oh no, he's got crit damage reduction. Okay. So so we can still look at the calculations. It's 1.6k to 1.9k. Okay, so she's you can see how much he was hitting for. Okay, she is hitting for lower. It looks like she's hitting for lower. But the problem hasn't been on basics. I'll be honest. I didn't compare basics, but at the moment the basics looks okay. If she hits for about 1.5 to 1.8, yeah, it's about the same. And she should be hitting for slightly less, right? So the basics are fine. I'll do a couple more tests just to make sure. Yeah, it seems to be fine. It seems to be fine. The issue is on the multipliers. I.e. the rush, the signature move. That's where everything goes wrong. So Shiva's SIG is 400% and Lydia's SIG is 400%, right? So this is actually really good. Signature move of Shiva. 20k. Okay. That's non-crit 20k. We'll do a couple. We want to hit... The crit damage is going to be reduced by 75%. Don't forget. Seven-ish K. So about 7k crits. And 20k non-crits. Yeah, we can see the numbers. We see the numbers. Hey, what's up, Logan? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I added Laura for test rush. I'll do that afterwards, though. I'm doing SIGs now. So this should hit for pretty much the same. This should hit for pretty much the same. It's hitting for around about the same. It's hitting for around about the same. The issue I found with Shiva's SIG was she wasn't actually hitting with it very often. So it looks fine on the SIG. SIG looks fine. It'd be hilarious if their numbers on the rush were different, because I honestly found Lydia to be solid, but Shiva not to be. 500%, 400%. But she attacks a line. Right? She attacks a line. Okay, that didn't work. I need to do a signature move. So even though they both say 400%, the rush hits for less than the signature move. Quite obviously, like 10 to 20% less. Okay, hit for around about the same now. Now, Lydia's rush can't crit. This is the only difference with Lydia. Her rush cannot crit. So it's just going to be flat hit. And it hits twice, does it? Oh, it does the main damage afterwards. I need to get a non-crit from Shiva. Can we get a resist? Oh no, he hasn't got a passive. Maybe he does have a passive though. Yeah, he does. Okay, we need to get a non-crit from Shiva here. There we go. Got resisted. 23k, 24k. I think the problem with her kit is that a lot of it does not actually add to her damage. You know? I'm actually suppressing Lydia to be on par with her. So it's around about 23, 24. You know, I'm suppressing Lydia on purpose. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Does that work? So she's hitting for 50% more on her adrenaline rush, it feels like. Shiva was hitting for 23, 24k, and she's hitting for 34k. So nearly 50% more, but she's only got 100% more damage. Maybe there's just some like thing in RTS where there's like a threshold of damage, and if you don't get past it, you just hit like a wet noodle, which seems to be happening quite a lot with Shiva. And she hit for 46k there. That's actually 100% like double the damage. Double the damage. What's the variance in her damage output? This is actually... No, this is crazy. She doesn't get the 20% increase in basic attack damage here. But she's dealing way more damage than the other character. When killing an enemy... To ignore... When attacking... And she's not getting the ignore defense bonuses. There are no defense bonuses here. She's dealing way more damage. It's the adrenaline rush which is weird on Shiva for sure. The adrenaline rush is weird. Well, this is pretty much proof of that. Although the variance in Lydia's damage output is just so weird. Oh, she's getting 100% attack off her own sig. It's kind of hard to gauge it though, isn't it? But I had to suppress half of Lydia's kit for it to work properly. This is with no 100% attack buff. 29k. I've got no idea why Shiva just doesn't hit very well though. Because when I first got her, I tested her and I was just like, yeah, she's bad. 33k. Yeah, the variance in damage from Lydia is quite high, considering she can't crit. You know? And if we go to Shiva... Lydia's hitting for 33k, she hits for 24. But it's only a 20% increase, a 25% increase in the damage that Lydia has over Shiva, but Shiva also has the 20% increase in basic attack damage. Let me see if she's getting that actually proc. If she's getting that green text. I'd love to be able to use Shiva, she just doesn't hit very hard at all. And this is against just a basic setup. Against actual proper teams, she's so terrible. Is she getting the proc happen? Yeah, it says 20% increase in attack damage, so I don't know what's going on. I did something different. I did 20% damage boost, ignoring defense bonus on Shiva weapon on 4 slot. Like right now, I've just got a very basic weapon, just trying to make it so it's very consistent weapons on both of them. They both just got extra 30 crit. No damage output. Shiva has slightly more damage by like 1.5k. But for whatever reason, on her adrenaline rush, she's not hitting as hard as she should be by quite a margin. Like she's doing 20% less damage than she should be. And this is when I put put all their stats down. So when you add lots of multipliers in, and the damage output where someone would hit for like 100k and they have 20% less damage, it's 80k. Makes a big difference, you know? It makes a big difference. It's odd, honestly, it's really odd. Try again. It's mad. And this is critting as well, right? Is this hitting crits? Or was that non-crit? That was a non-crit, I think. Like if she crits like that, she could one-shot someone. But she doesn't it's crazy, like a crit, she only just does about the same damage as Lydia does. That's mad. But her kit isn't very good, look, because she gets the attack buff here, right? And then now she only has one turn of her attack buff, and her signature doesn't cool down naturally for the next turn, so she gets 100% attack on a basic attack. She just... I think they purposely designed Shiva just not to be, like, very good. Just to be, like, a showcase character, look to be shiny, like, oh, cool, cool, but not be very good, you know? That's pretty much it. It's basically an avatar. It's a shame. It's a shame. Had some potential usability, you know? It is a shame. What time are we looking at? Okay. Okay. So we've got a couple more days to do this roadmap, guys. There's the Celtic, I say, smoke roadmap. And then the secondary roadmap. New event starts tonight. It's worth getting on top of this stuff. If you want Sandra at least. And she does seem pretty good. Like, as a character. But I'd say that the weapon's pretty nice too. Who was saying they don't understand the weapon, by the way? Like, it's pretty straightforward. Like, the only issue I've got with the weapon is it has AP on defense. If it had HP there instead, it'd be much nicer. Because the issue with HP is, when I add HP, I'm adding 30% every time. You know? It starts off so low. To get to 55, it needs 5 upgrades. So if it's already a 5-star weapon, it's just, yeah, that ain't it. Eris is OP-ish. No, 100%. Eris is designed correctly. Like, she's designed well and works, you know? But from Scopely's perspective, that's bad design because she's still getting used. If a character's still getting used now and that she's that old, that's bad design from Scopely's perspective. They don't want you using characters for too long because they want you to be buying new characters consistently. That's why they don't want to risk it with free-to-play characters. That's why generally your average free-to-play character is kind of bad. You know, I'm talking about like your bloody Richards and your Wolfman Dwights. These characters are just kind of bad. I need 3 Dwights apparently and 1 Richards. But that's why these characters are kind of just bad. It's because they don't want them to affect their bottom line. You know, But they still require you to get the characters because they use them as keys for the road maps. You know, this next event, if you start the game today, you can't play the next event. Like you can't play it. You don't have Richards, you don't have Wolfman Dwight, you don't have any of these characters. They're not really designing this very well for like that sort of aspect of things. They could have much better design on these events. They should design events for engagement. You know, not design engagement requirement. Engagement, like that players want to engage. You know. But yeah, she was a World Champions character. She should be good. I mean, who was the one before that? Albus or something like that? I can't remember his name. The guy with the Tommy guns. Alert. Argus, that's it. He was pretty bad too. He looks cool though. He looks cool. But he was pretty bad. If a character at a high level area isn't good, isn't no point getting there. This is why they do a couple of things. They announce the character late on purpose. That's why they announce the characters late a lot of the time. And also, World Champions isn't really about the character. I mean, it kind of is for like 90% of the people going there, but it's a weird situation. World Champions is just kind of like average, like not very well designed in itself. I sent you a pic. I mean, by the sounds of it, your Shiva weapon is this weapon. But if a character doesn't have defense bonuses, it makes no difference, you know? And those characters that I just showed have no defense bonuses. She just doesn't hit as hard as she should. Like, I just proved it there. It sounds like you got this weapon. Richards hits harder than Shiva. I mean, maybe. And this is the weapon I used on Shiva. She still didn't hit very good. Unfortunately. I mean, add to the fact that decap isn't that great anymore. It doesn't make much difference. No. It's okay. The weapon you linked me is worse than the one I've got here. Then. Okay. Because this one does an extra 35% damage and ignores defense bonuses in the last slot, and your one does 20%. And double attack only occurs 60% of the time, whereas this occurs 100% of the time in the third slot and just gives an extra 45% attack. This is the best weapon that she can have when it comes to that ignore defense rating stuff. But she just doesn't hit very hard. They ignore defense bonuses is only if they have defense bonuses. So if they have no like a defense buff, it makes no difference. But the extra 35% damage is nice. Regardless, she doesn't hit crits very often. I will say that because I was using that weapon on her, she wasn't hitting crits as often. So it was just a bit frustrating finding that fair balance. Might try her out in an Ellen team, but I don't think she gets. Does she get lead skill from Ellen? I mean, I guess she doesn't need to. Right? I guess theoretically she doesn't need to get lead skill. Alert and strong. Yeah, it's annoying. Put Heath with her. I'll talk about Heath. I actually need to do a pulls for Heath. I need to do some pulls and get him. I need one more copy. I thought I might as well got the tokens. I don't think there's anyone in here from the extra characters. I did take a quick look. Some nice ones, but no one that I actually need. James, Axel, 46, Raven, Winter Harrison, Carl 2K. All quite old characters, what, over what, a year and a half old? Hey, we got him one pull early. I didn't have to go to pity. Lucky me! Lucky me. Okay, now he's LB3. They'll probably do this with Mackenzie as well, to be honest. I might pick up Mackenzie that way. May do. May do. Okay. Challenge shop. Faction assault. Faction assault shops reset, has it? Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up my stream here. I'll probably have some content out over the weekend with regards to a little teaser on a potential new specialist skill coming to the game. Also, I'll be talking about upcoming update that's coming to RTS as well. Just going over the public information for it. My thoughts and stuff like that. Hopefully by Monday you'll have those two out. That's the plan anyway. I'm going to bounce, guys. And thank you very much for tuning into my stream. Take care, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving. Goodbye, goodbye, guys. Goodbye, goodbye.